Hey guys, what is up? So as you guys know, I have been covering, just kind of trying to piece together details and stuff of the Gabby Petito case. A lot of the stuff I have been posting I have been posting on my Instagram, which is Tina_Phillips_. If you follow my stories, you'll be able to see a lot of my updates there. Joanna Bachman in the house. What's up? How you doing? Charles, hello. Oh, you guys, I have to sneeze. I don't want to. Okay. Hey, Amber Martin, Susan Norton, April. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live. I've been following the WSLA. They've been going live and giving lots of updates. Yeah. Is it WSLA? I think that's the one WF. Yes, WFLA is the one that I have been following too, and they are very good at updates and letting us know what's going on. Although they are saying that it's a little bit harder now because the police station was really good about giving updates and stuff to the media. But now that the FBI has kind of taken over the case, it's been a lot harder to get like details. But as of the latest that we know, they have called in a dive team or dive teams. I don't know how many or what resources they have, but they have called in a team of divers to help search the area where they think Brian could be, which is that reserve that they've been searching for the last little bit. So I know. What are your guys' thoughts, Carrie? I know. I'm like, do they really think he drowned? I don't think. Yeah, that's where I'm kind of like confused too, why they're calling in a dive team. And the only thing that I've seen is that it's not, I guess a lot of the area that they have to cover and search is like mainly water. And so just as part of the search, they're looking in the water for him, which is kind of odd because if he were to off himself, I doubt that he would do it that way. There's been reports that someone looked like the dude's dad was near the murder scene. You know what, Charles? I did see that. That's unconfirmed, obviously. But I don't know if you guys saw that YouTuber's video where they had they saw the van pulled to the side of the road. Anyways, the video keeps going. And this is total, we don't even know if this is true, but I think so many people think that the parents are involved, that everyone's kind of searching into things. But in that video, after it passes the white van, it comes upon like I don't know if it was a black truck, it was a truck. And there's a lady in it who they think looks like she's wearing a blonde wig, and then a bald guy that looks like Brian's dad. But I don't know, you guys, there's so much speculation that's like everyone's just kind of doing their own investigations and they're coming up with their own theories. I've heard the theory of the best friend, Gabby's best friend. I don't know if you guys saw the interview with her, which is funny because I posted the interview with her on my Instagram, and I had a couple people message me and like, she seems so sus. Like she just seems so weird. So a lot of people got weird vibes from the best friend. And if you guys remember, I don't know if you guys know, the best friend was supposed to meet them in Yellowstone. And so a lot of people are saying like, oh, was she part of it? Did she? And I'm just like, you guys, all of this is unconfirmed. We have no idea. At this point, I feel like the biggest thing is they need to find Brian to get any sort of answers, or they need to get some sort of answers out of his parents, because I just feel like it's going nowhere at this point because they can't find this guy. And do we think he's alive? Do you think he's dead? And if he is alive, like, where is he? And could he survive in the nature this long? Like, he would have to have a lot of water. And they said he left with only a backpack, but he would have to like have food and water. And I know it's been raining, so that probably takes care of that portion of it. But I'm just like, where is this guy? And is he really this smart to be able to like outrun the FBI and all of these people? Like the entire country / world knows his face. So it's just really weird. I don't think he's there. His parents gave him time to run. I know. I'm like, I was listening to something today and they're like, so are they searching and using all of these resources at the reserve because this is like a very solid tip, or do they have more information that they're like, oh yeah, we're going to put all these resources into it because we definitely feel like he's here? Or is it their only tip and the only thing they have to go off of, and so they're just doing it because of that? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not there, though. I don't know how long he could stay there and survive. So maybe he's there. Maybe they're searching for a body, but can't say. I don't know. Because he's possibly spotted a trail cam in another state. I know, Callie. There's so many different things. And the camera that he was spotted on, or the deer cam that he was spotted on, that still hasn't been confirmed on whether or not we know if that's him. I would hope that if it's not him and whoever it was came forward and was like, no, that was me. Like, that wasn't him. So I haven't heard anything more on that, though. Okay, Alexandra said that the Northport police said that the dive teams were for general search, which is what I heard, which is like crazy. They're using so many resources to find this guy, and he may not even be in there. I don't know. Susan thinks he ran. Carrie doesn't think he's in Florida. There could be evidence. Oh, hold on. I just lost it. Sorry, Joanna. I just lost your comment. Where did it go? I don't know. Crap. Must be in the reserve. Okay. Joanna, where are you at? Sorry, it totally scrolled all the way. There's so many comments here. Okay. Joanna. Oh, there could be evidence in the water. Maybe that's what they're looking for. Could be, Joanna. That's a good point. There could be some sort of evidence in there that they're looking for. Possibly. I still think Brian's on the run. I feel like his parents are in on this. I do too, you guys. His parents, whether they are in on it, they're definitely in on hiding whatever he's hiding, like with him. So I feel like they are definitely withholding information. Dr. Phil is on right now. It's about Gabby. Is he having the, I feel like I saw like a preview of like the parents were going to be on or something. I have a feeling he's dead. Oh, Stephanie. The only reason I'm like, I hope not, because I just hope they catch him and he can provide some sort of answers. Not that he would. Even if he did get caught, there's no guarantee that he's going to say anything. I think he must be in the reserve area because police went back out there to search yesterday. I don't think they would spend so many resources on this if they weren't credible evidence. That's what I thought too. Unless, like I said, this is the only thing they have to go off of. But I'd be curious, like if they were to hold a press conference and for someone to ask them, like, are you guys searching there because you have more info, or are you literally solely basing this off of what his parents are telling you? Because I think we know that who knows what, if they're saying is true or not. I think he's alive and someone is helping him. I think he travels at night when the police stop looking. Ooh, you think someone's helping him? Do you think it's his parents, Colby? I feel like at this point we would have, like, someone would have seen him or been able to track him. I don't know. The alligators ate him for dinner if he's in the water. I thought that too, Charles, because there's such so many alligators like in that area. It's highly possible that if he was in the water or his body was in the water somehow, some way, the alligators definitely had to have gotten to him, right? Oh, Heidi, I know. This is so sad for their family. We were all sending prayers your way, Heidi, because we know that you know some of their family. I know. I thought they would search in other places too if that were him with the deer cam. Who's to say that his parents didn't give him a wad of cash and he's out of the country? Yeah, anything's possible at this point. They did give him, he does seem to have had a pretty big head start on everybody. So I don't think he's that smart. People are either helping him along the way or he's already taken his own life. That's just my opinion. That's what it feels like, Callie. I kind of feel that way too. Yeah. Amber, they totally dropped the ball. She says, I can't believe they didn't have someone watching his every move. From what her uncle says, he's too selfish to take his own life, but he's smart enough to make it appear as if he is. His parents know. Okay. Wow, interesting, Heidi. Okay, so the uncle says, so Heidi, you know his uncle, right? I feel like a lot of people have given me their thoughts. I don't know if you guys have heard the theories like about the books that he was reading, like the lullaby, and there was like a couple other ones, and they're kind of like murder type books, but there was the lullaby one specifically that was kind of catching people's eye because he's very much like the main character in that book, which is hold on, I took a screenshot. Hold on one sec. So basically, the similarities that you have between the main character in the book and Brian was they both hated plastic bottles. So I don't know if you guys saw it, like they're total, like all about the environment. I don't know if you guys saw in the police cam footage with Brian when the cop offered him water, even though it was like so hot outside, 100 degrees, he wouldn't take it. And then the officer kept saying, are you sure? Are you sure? Like it's hot out here. And he's like, no, I don't like plastic bottles. He says that in the video. So this main character in the book is the same way. He hates plastic bottles. They both drive through the exact same states. So Brian was driving through the exact same states as this main character in the book, which this gets kind of so grim, you guys. Their biggest fear is being left on the side of the road by themselves. Both have mentionably dirty feet from going barefoot everywhere, which if you guys look at some of Brian's posts on his Instagram, a lot of the time he's barefoot. He likes to hike barefoot or to find places to hike where you can hike barefoot. So that's another similarity with them. Both vilify humanity and are self-proclaimed environmentalists. Both have a goatee, and Brian was last seen at a park with a massive alligator population, God's alligator from the book. So people are just finding it interesting how many similarities there are between Brian and the character in this book. And you can see on a few of their YouTube videos, like these different books, which, hello, obviously, like a lot of us read about crime or watch true crime or listen to podcasts, and that doesn't necessarily make you a murderer, right? But your fiance's missing, you were the last one with her, you're taking on all these characteristics, plus reading these books, that's when it gets a little shady, right? Heidi, her family is still hoping he's alive because they are praying for some kind of reasoning. You know what, Heidi, that's what I pray for the most, is literally for them to have all the answers that they want and need. Not that it would justify anything, but I do think like it does help give a little sense of closure when you know like what happened, like because your mind automatically goes to worst case scenario, I would imagine, as their family. And I just think they deserve answers. They absolutely deserve answers. Parents may have planted the car. Weren't they the first to find it, but said they left it there for him to come home, but then went and got it the next day anyway. So he's probably out of the country. Yeah, the whole car situation's weird. Like all of it's so shady. I'm like, these parents, who are these guys? They're very strange. They also don't want to tell us all the info they have in case Brian is watching the news. Totally, Alexandra. Oh, that's what my point was going to be with the books. If he was reading these books and was inspired by these books to do this crazy stuff, then to me, that tells me that this whole thing was premeditated and that he had this planned out, which who knows, maybe it was like a heat of the moment argument and he did it. Maybe it was planned, which would tell me that if it was planned, he's a psychopath. And psychopaths, I could literally see him wanting to watch this all play out, watch us like try to figure this out, watch videos about it all. Like I feel like psychopaths, like they like to watch their damage unfold, and I could see that. So if I'd be curious if this was something that he had premeditated, or if it, I mean, who know? I mean, will we ever get those answers? I don't know, but what do you guys think? I just saw that the dive crews are now looking for him. Did I say that? Yeah, the dive crews, they called the dive crews in today to see. So we'll see what they find. If they find anything, hopefully the dive crews are safe, because I know there's a lot of alligators in that area, which is crazy. I don't think he's there. The water's not drinkable water, I hear, is poison due to flooding. Yeah, but that is true. He can't drink that water, but it has been raining in that area for the last few days, they were saying, and that would provide him water. He's very good in the nature. Obviously, he's an avid hiker. He probably knows how to get along for a little while. But I was just reading something like for him to really survive, like he would have to have had at least like 2 gallons of water with him to be out there for a full week, at least. And if he only left with a small backpack, which we have no idea if he did or not, then who knows? But part of me is like, is he even alive? Like, or are we looking for a body at this point? Yeah, I don't think the police want to tell us everything. Ever since it went to the FBI, it's totally been under wraps. Yeah, Heidi knows her uncle and aunt. He made the point to say, I don't like plastic bottles. Yeah, that was interesting, Heidi, right? So he was definitely mirroring this other character in this book. Dirty feet was mentioned in the video. Once the coroner finishes the autopsy, we will all know how she was murdered. Didn't they say they would know by the end of the week? I don't know if they said they would know by the end of the week, but I know autopsies typically take about 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know if they're going to rush it and push it through or what, but I know typically it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get like all of the answers. If you're innocent, you don't just disappear when your fiance turns up dead. Exactly. I mean, I think we're all kind of like, he's guilty at this point, right? I'm not going to lie. He kind of sounds like he's bipolar, multi-personality disorder. If it was planned, he may be a serial killer in the making. Oh, seriously, we got to get this guy. He's freaky. No, Inez, nothing's come up in the search with the night vision camera. It's so thick there, they were saying, that it's hard to even see anything with those. His absence sure makes him look guilty. The parents will never turn on him. They were yeah. Yeah, it's crazy that the parents aren't saying anything. Like, and they know, obviously, if they didn't know before, they know now that Gabby is deceased, and they still haven't said anything. Like, who are these people? I'm waiting for the parents to be charged. I hope they are. I mean, for at least something. Aiding and abetting. If he's in the wilderness and knows how to survive, you don't need much to be able to boil water and make it drinkable. If he is able to make small fires or anything like that. Yeah, he was clearly a suicide risk. Why would his parents agree to let him go into the woods alone? No parent would do this. I know, the parents are so weird. Like, it's so hard to figure out what they're doing. He's definitely a psychopath, for sure. I think he needs to be speaking more about the domestic violence in regards to this case. There are so many signs of gaslighting in the... Oh, Alexandra, 115 million%. I was saying that when I first watched it, before we even knew anything. Like when it first started, I'm like, This girl looks so distraught. And I even told Danny, I was like, she's taking all the responsibility. Like, she's fessing up to her part, fessing up. I mean, who knows if she did exactly everything she said, but the fact that she was taking responsibility for every single thing, she was terrified. She was terrified, and she was not willing to like rat him out at all. Like, it was just like watching it. I think you're so like total domestic violence. And I don't know if you guys heard, I'm going to read your comments in a sec, I promise. But I just watched a thing that this girl on Instagram, I don't know if you guys saw this, but she saw him and her in a diner. Can't remember the name of the diner. Anyway, she was there with her boyfriend and husband, I don't know. And she had just realized, she just put it together that that it was Gabby and Brian. But she said that night, that while they were there, I think she said it was like the 27th. Actually, it was afternoon, the 27th at 1 p.m. And they got into a huge fight. They were yelling at like the hostesses. Like, she's like, they made a scene. Like, she's like, it was a huge scene that they made. And she just remembers Brian being very like aggressive, I guess, towards the hostess and stuff. And then Gabby was like crying. So this guy, like, he really played it up in the police cam video, because he was all kind of like chill and laid back and like acted like, oh, it's her. Like, I don't know. Like, he was so calm, and she's like hysterical, which it sounds like that was the situation too in the diner or the bar that they were in. And so, yeah, this guy's definitely like, every time they talk to someone or someone who has seen them together, it seems like they were in some sort of fight. So that's scary. I know. Has anyone actually seen him home besides his parents? Oh, Danny's in the house, guys. That's the other thing. I don't know. I did see somebody post something from a neighbor that said they had seen him out mowing the lawn, like around the time when he first got there, before they knew. And that he was mowing the lawn, and just like, he's like, they weren't acting like anything was different, like anyone was missing. Like, he was literally mowing the lawn. So that's the only thing I have seen of anyone seeing him, like saying they actually saw him physically in Florida. There are so many people being detectives. They're going to find him before the police. Yeah. You know what's crazy is, okay, so Danny and actually a few others of you guys have been sending me such awesome things on Instagram that I'm like, holy crap. Okay, so what's the guy's name? Actually, Jen, I think you sent this to me. Is Jen Bowles in here? Anyway, she sent me, it's the most wanted guy. What's his name? Anyways, I can't remember his name. And I forgot where I was going with this. What was he saying? What were we just talking about? Crap. Psychopaths 2. Hold on. I'll remember it, but let me read some of your comments as I try to remember where I was going with that. Show up heat mapping. That's true. I thought that too, Kelly, about the fire. I don't know that he would start a fire. I, for some reason, don't think that he's in that reserve, but I don't know anything. So when they did the traffic stop, was he smacking her? Yes. Kept saying that she's the domestic. Yeah. Colby, that honestly, I feel so sad that I feel like the cops were trying their best just to be understanding to that whole situation. So I do feel bad for them, because I'm sure they carry some guilt now. But it was pretty obvious to a lot of us who are now watching the video that she was very distraught, and she totally was like the classic like domestic violence victim, where she was taking all of the blame, and he was like, no, it was her. And she was like, yeah, it was me. And she was terrified. She was totally terrified. So looking back, like, hindsight, right? I think they chose the wildlife reserve because they know how hard it is to find someone thinking they will eventually give up. Yeah, that's true, Aaron. And less likely for like the public to see them, right? Oh, that's what I was going to say. Haha, I knew it would come back. Okay, so that guy, he was doing an interview, and he was saying like a lot of his cases, he's like, people have asked me like, how have you solved all of these cases? And like the FBI and all the people have never been able to solve these cases and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, because the public is my partner. He's like, the public gets involved, which we are seeing so much with this case, that the public gets involved and hints and little things like just start coming in. And especially now with technology, you guys, and with this generation and how well everybody knows technology, I think it's just been such a benefit. And I don't know that they would have found Gabby's body yet had they not had like the technology from those YouTubers and different things like that. Who knows? But he was just saying that that's a big reason why he has been able to crack so many cases, because he's always used the public's help. And I think that's a smart way. I definitely do. Sorry, guys, I'm catching up on comments. Yes, Danny. Danny says it was obvious signs of domestic violence. And why the police ignored the 911 call stating that he was hitting her. I almost think that that was a miscommunication, because if you guys listened to the 911 call, I posted it on my Instagram stories. I don't know if you guys saw it, but in the 911 call, the operator sounds so annoyed by this guy that was calling in. So the guy was calling in because he saw that Brian was hitting Gabby, like he was slapping her. And the guy relayed that to the operator. And I almost feel like there was a weird miscommunication between the operator and the police. Like maybe all the details weren't shared or whatever. Like maybe the operator was just like, just go check this out. It's a domestic issue. Go find out what's going on. Because the caller clearly stated that Brian was slapping her, that they went and they were like running along the sidewalk for a little bit, and then he hit her again, and then they both got into the car and took off. And I don't know how that was like not relayed or talked about or whatever, but the person on the phone, the person who called him in, literally was very like positive about this happening. So it's crazy, you guys. Yes, thank you, Jen. It's just so sad what happened. I'm sure. Well, agree, Danny. Yes, I noticed that too. Filming in on the dive team thing. Jen, so as of right now, they haven't found anything with the dive team. They have called in a dive team into that reserve. I keep wanting to call it a reservoir, but that into the reserve area where they've been searching for Brian. They have called in the dive team, but they're saying it's just for just a regular general search. It's not that they think that there's a body in there or that they've seen anything, but they are calling in a dive team because so much of it is like a huge portion of it is water. So we'll see if they find anything. I'm not sure. Let's see. They're saying it's general search possibility. Yes, general search. Hold on. Okay. Thank you guys for grabbing any trolls. Jen, they're saying it's a general search. Yes. General's dives team. Yes. Thank you guys. Updating. Has anyone thought the police have kind of been dragging their feet and Little Shady seems like they are kind of letting him get away, but not really looking and either confirming or denying? Yeah. The fact that the Brian got away in the first place is very strange to me. I know the same guy I was telling you guys about. I think he's like the America's Most Wanted. Is that the show that he does? I can't remember. He's awesome though. But he was saying how he feels like the police have totally dropped the ball, like on this whole thing, that there should have been someone there watching, making sure he didn't leave his house, and all these. So he's feeling like the ball has totally been dropped on this whole thing. And now it's in the FBI's hands, I guess. And so I don't know how close the local police department is working with the case. I'm sure they've got to it, like, in some realm, but I don't know exactly how much. I feel like his family sent so he could head other ways. I know, Jen. The family is so shady to me. The family's so shady. Do we know the parents' name? Anyone check info if they are associated with unusual or suspicious people? That is a good question. I did know their name. Now I can't remember it. I think the dad's name is Christopher, and the mom, I can't remember the mom's name. But that they should, hopefully the police are looking into the parents as well. Like with any kind of suspicious, like checking neighbors' cameras, like different things, like those seem obvious, right? Like those seem like the obvious things to do in this case. He is the dad of Brian Walsh, I believe. Okay. Oh, John Walsh. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. You guys, he has been interviewed a couple times. You should go check out his interview. Jen sent it to me. I can't link it on my Instagram yet. You guys, I got to get to 10K so I can start getting some links on there, but definitely look it up. License plate. Nobody checked into it. Oh wait. Like the guy that gave the 911 call even gave them the license plate and nobody checked into it. There are so many times where police have not taken a situation serious enough and people lose their lives. It annoys the living boop out of me, like the Nashville bombing, and they were told the dude was building bomb. I know. They didn't follow up on the case. And how many times have there been like shootings or different things and people have just like brushed it off as like, oh, they're just, they're just mad or they're just joking, like they would never do that, and then it actually happens. And so a lot of the time there are little signs, little red flags before. So if you're ever feeling like, I also posted this on my Instagram, Gabby's uncle had said something about like always trust your gut and go with that gut feeling, and I totally believe that. Like even if it's like a split second of like, okay, why did I just think about that? Like, that's how a lot of the time, like inspiration comes to me. It's like in a quick thought and it's like, oh, that was random. But then it always ends up being something. And so I think we all need to follow that, and even if we think in our heads like, oh, that's just dumb or that's just something stupid, sometimes it's not. And we wish later that we would have said something. So, I've seen the parents' names on TikTok from a user who linked the fake Gabby Insta to them via a phone number. Yes, that's where I saw it too. Because they think that the parents, this is total speculation by somebody too. I think I saw on TikTok as well. But apparently someone was thinking that the parent, the mom or the dad or whatever, made a fake Gabby account, like a Instagram account, and was telling like people to leave, that, oh, I'm alive, leave the Laundrie family alone, all this stuff. They think that was this girl did like her whole research on like finding the phone number, and anyway, she eventually made it link back to Brian's dad or something. And so they think that they created that account to try to get people off of their back. I don't know if it's true, but the girl on TikTok, I'm like, dang girl, you're a detective. I don't remember her name, but if I figure it out, I'll post it on my Instagram also. Yes, always. You would rather be wrong trusting your gut than looking at all of having something happen. Yep. Yeah, that's true, Callie. We also have to remember that when crimes move across state lines, that it gets more difficult, and every move has to be passed through multiple agencies before allowed to happen. That's true. So if they are on to him in like another state, they might be keeping that part of the search quiet on purpose. That's so true. And that is what we need to remember. Like everything that we see, we're like, what are you guys doing? They're probably doing it. You know what I mean? They're probably using every resource they can, trying to figure out every little thing. And we just don't know about it because we're not going to hear all about it, you guys. Like that's just, I mean, we do need to some extent give them a little bit of credit and hope that they're doing pretty much probably everything we've thought of. I'm sure they have thought of, right? I would not be surprised if the parents were trying to gain fame from all of this. So disgusting. Oh gosh, it's the wrong kind of fame to get, man, because it's so weird. People are weird. I wouldn't put it past some people, to be honest. I always go with my gut. Even if I have an urge to turn on a different street, I do it. Jen, yes. Danny and I have so many stories of things like that, like specifically like that, Jen, like pulling off the freeway or pulling off and never knowing why. but that we just trusted that instinct that maybe, like, who knows? Maybe one day we'll know, like, hey, because you listened to this prompting, this is what could have happened and it didn't. You know what I'm saying? So even if certain gut instincts that you take or you follow and you don't know why and you never know why, maybe there still could have been a reason why. Why? There is a news guy on Twitter that is keeping up to date info on this. Yes, I'm following someone on Twitter who actually does really good updates. Are you talking about the Brian guy? I'll give you guys his name so that way you guys can. Let me see if I can find his name. Brian Entin, Entin, Entin. The latest update he gave was they are motivated and they are hungry to find Brian Laundrie. Search continues right now at the reserve. Dive teams are still on site. We haven't seen them come out. So that is the latest from him. You guys, where is this guy? I honestly am getting to the point where I would be shocked if he's not dead. That he would be able to hold out this long without being caught, honestly. There's something spooky. I've heard that. There's a lot of crazy things that happen in Florida for sure. Oh, that's funny. Wow, that's amazing, Jen. Yep, always follow those promptings. Yes, Alexandra. Okay, Alexandra said, did you hear about the speculation that Brian was live on Instagram for a few seconds? It has not been confirmed that it was him or a fake account, but it supposedly happened late last night. So I just heard about this, I think yesterday or something. I actually think it was before last night that there's supposedly this happened, but I find it hard to believe because they're saying, well, I will say though, a lot of people are really watching his Instagram. I'll go back to that, but things are changing on there. So like should we go on there real quick? I'm going to show you guys real quick. Okay. So someone took a screenshot. I will see if I can find it again and I will post it on my, whatever you call it, Instagram. But someone took a screenshot of, okay, so you know where, can you guys see this? These highlights here, these highlight bubbles are. This highlight bubble that says Utah, you can't really see it in here. But this highlight bubble, it says Utah right here. The picture that's in it changed. And so people are like, why did that change? That is so weird. So someone took a screenshot of his page before this happened, and that picture was totally different. And then now they took a screenshot and they put them side by side and said things are changing. So it's like stuff with that. It's like, okay, is he just like messing with everybody at this point? Part of me is like, you're totally screwing with us and enjoying this. And then part of me is like, dude's got to be dead. So I'm like, I have no idea. Yes, thank you, Brian Entin. I don't know how to say it. Entin. Well, we learned everything that a few years because popularity surrounding the case is not to be documented. Yeah, that's true, Callie. By the way, everyone from this show live streams. Yes, that is true. Virgin River did get picked up for seasons 4 and 5, you guys. So there will be more lives on that. And I'm still going to be doing my clickbait live coming up, I promise, very, very soon. Probably not tonight, but maybe, I think, maybe tomorrow. We got a lot going on around here, guys. Has anyone other than his parents seen him in Florida? Not sure if this has been brought up, but some think his dad went and got the van and drove it back. There has been a lot of speculation about that. And the only thing I've seen, and I don't know if it's been like for sure, is that a neighbor said that he saw him out mowing his lawn and totally acting normal and natural and all of that. So, and I don't know if he was talking about Brian or if he was talking about Brian's dad, but I have not heard much about people actually seeing Brian, like in person. It's his parents messing with the cops through his social medias to make it a distraction, so he has time to move and look more innocent. Ooh, it could very well be his parents. I think we're going to find out a lot about these parents coming up. FBI has their electronics and computers, etc. Could be them tinkering around in there, maybe. But maybe he has another device that they don't know about that he took off with. Who knows, you guys? I heard neighbors saw him walking down the street barefooted, like right before he went missing. Okay, so maybe some neighbors have seen him. If anyone has touched the van, then they could be tampering its evidence. Yeah, the cops have the van now, right? Is the person they found, was it Gabby? Yeah, they confirmed it was Gabby. And they did confirm that it was a homicide. So they have not said anything about like how it happened, how she passed, like nothing like that. That'll come out probably within the next couple weeks, I would imagine. We're going to find out that everything stems from the parents, what happened in his childhood. Oh, gosh. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Not with how they're acting. You know what I mean? From the public, like not really seeing all information. I think so too. I think we're not seeing a lot because why would we? Like, why would the cops tell us everything? You know what I mean? She made it a point to tell the cop to remind him of his phone. Interesting. Maybe secretly reaching out. Yeah, that was interesting. The whole phone thing on the police cam, because one minute he said he didn't have a phone, and then the next minute you see him handing his phone over, or you see him like take it out of his pocket. So it's really weird. Yeah, for sure, Jen, for sure. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think if there was any more updates, you guys. There hasn't been a lot, and they're just really struggling to find him, which is so frustrating, I'm sure, for all parties involved. Like, I'm sure Abby. And then, oh, that's the other thing. The lawyer seems like a total schmuck, too. He had to, like, the Petito family had to ask him to take off Gabby's picture from his Yelp, and he came back and rebutted it and basically said he didn't have any control over that. He didn't put the picture up. I don't know, it was weird. But this lawyer dude seems kind of weird too, which is interesting. Like they asked him for a statement after they found out about Gabby, and he's like, "May Gabby rest in peace." And I'm like, "Is that really all you have to say? This is weird." Oh, I know, Jen. Still wonder about the van door video. So in that video that those YouTubers took when they were passing by, if you slow it down, it looks as if as they're passing, like coming up on the van door in the back, it looks open, and then you see it shut. So that would be interesting to see, like, where was he at that time? But then some people said they saw someone out in the field. So it's so hard. Yes, Kenzie, I'm assuming that's you. Yeah, we were just talking about that. How, for those of you just coming in, when they passed the van in that video, you guys can look that video up. I can't remember the name of the YouTubers. It's like red, white, and something. But when they're passing that van, they continue to record, and they come up on a truck. I think it's like a black truck, or I don't remember the color of the truck. But in the truck, they see what people are saying looks like a woman in a wig, and then the driver was a bald guy. So they are speculating that that could have been Brian's parents, but that is clearly all speculation. We have no idea, but they were saying it was weird to see a truck parked there because, number one, the truck had just like a black bin in the back, but that it was very weird for somebody to be camping with just a truck out there. So, and not really like any camping gear or anything. So people thought it was kind of weird. Yeah, I'll link the van video after this live is over. I got to get my kids from school, but after that, I will link it and in the comments. I mean, in the description. Oh, Moffitt's. I did not know it had Florida license plates. That is interesting. I did not know that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it now. I really feel like I need to investigate this. I did not know that. I have a feeling that they are not having as much trouble finding him as we think. However, I'm wondering if they are trying to find that last little bit of evidence to nail him without doubt. Could be. That's true, Callie, because they don't want to screw that up. That way he can't get off with it. Yeah. Have you seen the report of the couple who witnessed an incident moving Brian and Gabby at Jackson Hole restaurant? Yes, Elizabeth, I was just talking about that at the beginning of this live. You guys, I'm going to try to post her stories where she explains. And actually, I feel really bad for this girl because she's getting a lot of crap saying that she's lying and stuff. But the restaurant did just come out saying that they were at the restaurant. Anyways, if I can find the videos and screen record them, I will put them on my stories on Instagram, Tina_Phillips_. I'll put them in my stories so that you guys can watch it. But pretty crazy stuff what they saw that night with Gabby and Brian. The license plate and truck was debunked. Oh, it was? Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay. Oh, you guys. I think Danny's home. Okay. Hold on one sec. Okay. Sorry, guys. Danny was at the door. I didn't even know. Whoopsie. Okay. Did you hear about the text from the phone on 27 asking her mom? Yes, asking her mom to talk to Stan, who was her grandpa. But her mom said that she never calls him Stan. So that was weird. Happy dog, the kid's home. Yeah. It's actually Danny home, but they are probably happy to see him. I heard that text was shady. Yeah. Definitely shady. Some people were saying they thought it was that the parents thought it was him. And then other people were saying like maybe it was her like trying to give some sort of signal that something wasn't right. But who knows? It's all speculation at this point, right? Oh, I won't block you, Kelly. I would never block you. Yeah. So anyways, you guys, that's the latest. If you guys want to follow me on my Instagram, I have been trying to post any updates that come through on there as much as possible. And then trying to go live here when any like new developments come so that we can kind of just chat about it and kind of get the word out there. So, wave my sword, behave yourself, Kelly. That's right. Okay, but you guys, it's second half of the afternoon, so I've got to go get kids from school and all that fun stuff. So, I don't know I think the last time, sorry, real quick. Last time they were able to, I don't know the dates for her phone, like when she wasn't able. I think the last text though was like the 27th or 28th or something like that. But okay, you guys, I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Thanks for joining me. And I'll link that YouTube video down in the description after I get back home. They don't know the exact dates. Okay. All right, you guys. See you later. Bye.